Hello, hello, hello. It's your girl Paula Marie, aka the EbonyBizDiva. Thank you so much for jumping in today. I wanted to make sure that if you are listening to the sound of my voice, that you are following, liking, and subscribing to the platform that you are currently listening to the sound of my voice in. We are live in 3 different locations today. We're, of course, inside of the private community of the Pinterest your brand all access members only community. We're also live inside of the Pinterest room, which is one of the largest Clubhouse rooms on Pinterest in these Clubhouse streets with over 6,800 members. And then we are also streaming from our podcast, which I'm excited to be able to say we have. I have kind of rejudged my existing podcast to be a little bit more intentional when it comes to the Pinterest room. And so that's it. And that's all. Hello, hello. How are you doing? Now, I actually did a Clubhouse room the other day, and I wanted to make sure that I was being super, super intentional in getting this information to you. And let me look up, it's the name of this room is the type of clients Pinterest attracts for your business. Now, if you're inside the Pinterest Your Brand members only all access community, this is a refresher, but it's a refresher for you because sometimes we get into the muddiness of marketing and our messaging does not appear to be clear. I need you to understand who you're talking to. So I am going to replay this audio from the Clubhouse room for you, and I want you to really listen to it. Now, the ease of this is that you can listen to this in your car, you can listen to this while you're cleaning, you can listen to it while you're in bed. It's up to you how you want to do it, but I forgot to hit record because I'm actually in Puerto Rico doing my reset. And normally when I do these, I hit record so that it's a live session, and I forgot to hit record. So you're going to get the audio session, and it's okay because now we have the podcast. All right. So let's make sure that you buckle down, get a pen and a pad, and I want you to think about the type of client you're talking to. And I want you to ask yourself, am I showing up in a way that attracts that type of client? Am I talking intelligently enough that attracts that type of client? Am I the only choice for that type of client? And I'm going to give you the why. Okay. So, but when you walk into this, I want you to think about going on your dates. And if you're married, like pull that back into like your skull when you were dating, right? Because I'm dating. So everything is like comparable to dating. But that's how your marketing is. Your marketing is like a date. And it's an interview process of how you kind of, strategically play this thing out. So I need you to be super strategic in making sure that you understand what that looks like and what that feels like. So in the description, click the link, okay? And you can hear the audio that is now on our new Pinterest Your Brand Bootcamp podcast. All right. Make sure you are following, liking, and subscribing to all the platforms, the YouTubes, the podcasts, everything. Make sure you are liking, subscribing, all that. Hello, hello, hello. It's your girl Paula Marie, aka the EbonyBizDiva. Come on into the room. Come on into the room. Come on into the room. Hello, Jermaine, inside of the Pinterest Room Listening Lounge. Hey, 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 we are live inside of the Pinterest room on these Clubhouse streets. We are live streaming in 2 different locations. We're on that good Clubhouse, which has one of the largest Pinterest rooms with over 6,800 entrepreneurs that are interested in branding on that good old girl Pinterest. I'm your girl Paula Marie, aka the Ebony Biz Diva, and we are live, live. Alrighty, here it is. We're talking today about the type of client that actually lives on Pinterest because your clients are there. You're just not marketing to them. The words that you're using are not capturing their attention. You're not stopping the scroll. You are not educating them. So you need to understand a little bit more about who that person is. It's kind of like when you date, right? When you date someone, you go through a series of interview processes. And so I'm in a season of dating, so I'm going to put all of this together for you because I think it's important for us to understand that when you are dating, it is simply a series of interviews for the job. And some people will get the job and some people won't. When you're on marketing platforms, every time you show up is an interview process for that client to see if you are going to fill the position to solve the problems that they have and to answer the questions that they have to make their lives easier. That's all they want. So we're going to talk about that because I think it's important that we really shift into who we're talking to on Pinterest because, if you're dating different types of people. And soon as you start dating, you realize that, oh, that ain't my type of person, right? So we need to also show up in the season of dating when it comes to marketing. So I want to just say we are live streaming in two different platforms. We're on YouTube and we're also on that Clubhouse, that Pinterest room. I am the creator of the Pinterest room, and we have over 6,800 entrepreneurs that have said yes to joining my club. I'm so excited to be able to touch each and every one of you. And if you're listening to this on hashtag replay on Clubhouse, then I want you to type hashtag in the chat. If you are watching this on our good old YouTube, then I need you to type hashtag replay as well if you're not watching this. And if you're watching this live, I want you to go ahead in the comments and say live. But not only live, I also want you in the comments to tell us what your business is. It's important for you to show up in every single way, to show up proudly and loudly on these internet streets. So in the comments, I want to see who I'm talking to, even if you're watching this on replay, because I do circle back around. Also, if you have any questions, make sure that you ask those questions because if you have those questions, somebody else has them as well. So we're going to get into it. I'm your girl, Paula Marie, aka the Ebony Biz Diva. I am a business visibility coach. I help my clients to get visible in 3 different ways. Imaging that stops the scroll and attracts, right? Video that educates and informs. And I know some of y'all don't want to do that video. You're scared of it, but that's what I teach you. I teach you different ways to show up in video that makes you fearless instead of fearful. And then, of course, SEO, because, hey, I'm the Pinterest queen. At least that's what I've been called in these internet streets. So we got to show up, and we can't create products and services and marketing for those products and services and not be able to show up. It's like being in the forest and a tree falls, but no one's in the forest to hear the tree fall. Did the tree really fall? Okay, so we don't want you creating content and no one sees you. We want you to show up loudly and proudly and more visible. I'm actually live in Puerto Rico right now. I've been here for a week and a half. I have a couple more days in my summer reset for the Mind Body Business Retreat, where every single year we take a trip in a really great place to be able to say, hey, we need to reset. So if you're interested in that, hit me up in the comments because next year we're going to the U.S. Virgin Islands. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. So Jermaine is here and Julie is here inside of the Pinterest room, inside of the listening lounge. Hi, Jermaine. Tell me who you are. Tell me a little bit more about your product, Jermaine. Let me know who you are, what products you have, what services you have, you're delivering. Julie, do the exact same thing. And if at any time you have a question, don't be shy. Raise your hand, come up to the stage because this is a live broadcast. So I want to talk to you about the types of clients that are showing up on Pinterest. and why you're not connecting with them. And I want you to get into the DNA of the types of persons that are showing up, right? 28% of US adults have a Pinterest account. That's 1 in 4 people in the room. If you have 20 people in the room, that means 4 of them have a Pinterest. Oh, I'm sorry, 5 of them. Let me get back to my math. Have a Pinterest account, right? Also, it's important for you to understand that Pinterest is a search engine. And the way we use search engines needs to show up a little bit more amicably. We need to know who we're talking to. The words that we use in our content needs to resonate with their searches. That is why it's important for me to continually educate you on SEO, how to use SEO so that it is no longer foreign to you, but so that it is super intentional in how you market. And it is a way that you can market not just today, tomorrow, but continually show up in front of the right clients each and every time. So let me go into the comments of the listening lounge. So Jermaine is a freelancer virtual assistant, and she's niching down on Pinterest marketing. So let me read between the lines for y'all if y'all didn't hear that. Jermaine is a VA. She's a virtual assistant, and she is really intentional about learning Pinterest. So if Pinterest is super confusing to you, or if you just don't have the time for it because there are other things in your business that you're focused on, but you know Pinterest is important as well, you may want to connect with your maid in the comments, okay? Connect with your maid. Yeah. So Julie makes customized tumblers, but wants to make other items to sell as well. Julie, you are in the right space when it comes to Pinterest, because Pinterest is that place where you can do these kind of like very different avant-garde type of novelty items that people are looking for. No one wants to get the thing that everybody else in the world has. They just don't. Like, I literally bought a pair of earrings, a necklace, and a bracelet that was handmade while I'm here in Puerto Rico. And it was the size of the bracelets couldn't fit my arm because you know I'm a Southern girl. I'm a thick girl. Okay. I'm thick. I'm sturdy. He made the bracelet on the spot to fit my wrist. So nobody else is gonna get that necklace. No, I watched him make it. It's imperfectly, perfectly made for me. And so people are looking for things, especially when they're creating parties. Right now, during COVID, people are creating experiences. So it's important for us to understand that whatever we do in the world, we need to be thinking about experiences. How can we create more experiences that are going to resonate with our people, our tribe? And listen, I already told y'all we're doing a mind body reset next year in the US Virgin Islands. So if we're doing a mind body reset next year, guess what? I'm gonna need some specialized tumblers, Julie. I'm just saying, we get at me, slide into my DMs, okay? Because I'm gonna need some specialized tumblers for us to stay hydrated in during the mind body reset next year in sunny US Virgin Islands. Hello, Chantel. Welcome inside the Pinterest room, Queen. I appreciate you. Make sure that you are logging into the chat and showing up. Tell us who you are. What's your business? And also, if you have any questions but don't feel like coming up live, you can definitely ask those questions inside the chat. I'm going to try my best to follow both. So we're talking about the type of client that is on Pinterest. But first, you have to understand how big Pinterest is. 28% of all US adults have a Pinterest account. That is 1 in 4 people in the room. A little over 1 in 4 people in the room. That's super huge, right? Now, the next thing I need you to know is that Pinterest drives sales more so than other platforms. Its goal is to drive sales. And the reason why is because Pinterest was the first, it was the GOAT, okay? It was the first one to allow you to have live links attached to your pins. which is what Pinterest calls their post. Now, because you were able to have live links that connect, people were able to go directly to your products, check you out directly, get to learn you more, right? They get to read your articles, they get to look at what you have on sale, they get to learn a little bit more about what's going on with you. They get to see what types of clients you service already. So when people are on Pinterest, they want to really understand a lot more about the product and they make quicker decisions because of that. So it's important for you to understand that you cannot be slow in how you show up. You can't show up with a cute picture, but it's not complete with the what, the why, the how. We talk more about that inside of the um, Pinterest Your Brand Bootcamp. And if anybody's interested in that, definitely hit me up inside the comments. I'm actually going to place that link inside of, let me pin it right now inside of the group so that you can just click on it. It is an evergreen platform, but now you have access to be able to go into my private community where every week there is a super huge Tuesday teaching workshop. So every week I am teaching you things, but you also have access to any questions that you have inside of that private community as well. It is only open to those that have signed up for the Pinterest Your Brand Bootcamp and the Pinterest Your Brand lessons. There are 3 of them are already inside of the group waiting for you. So you do not have to wait for the next live. Okay, we will be doing lives inside of the group that is only specific to the members of the group. And the only way you can become a member is to register for the Pinterest Your Brand Bootcamp. That link is right underneath me if you're inside of YouTube. And if you are looking at this or listening to this live, I am logging it in above my head. Bam, there it is. Okay. So click that link right above my head and you can join. It's simple. It's only $47 to be able to join a group, but to have access and guided help and assistance to understanding that. So let's go back. The types of clients that you have on Pinterest. The number 1 in 4, right? 1 in 4 persons in the US have a Pinterest account. That's super huge. Number 2, Pinterest drives traffic to more so than other platforms. And the reason why it drives traffic is because it is an SEO platform. It is a search engine. When people go to Google and they start to type in their questions, Pinterest is a part of that because Pinterest is actually Google's bae. Okay. So if you haven't heard this from me, there are 3 major search engines online. Google is number 1, but Google is a carnivore. It snatches content from other platforms. Number 2 is YouTube. YouTube is owned by Google. That's why we have a lot of video content, and that's why video content converts 300 times more. And then Pinterest is number 3 out of all. I didn't say Facebook. Let me take a drink on that. I didn't say Instagram. I'm going to take another drink on that. I didn't say TikTok. I didn't say LinkedIn. I didn't say Stitch. I didn't say any of the other social media platforms that are out there. Okay. Pinterest is one of the top 3 search engines. Not a Facebook, not an Instagram, not a TikTok, not a. Now, we'll tell you, TikTok is trending. TikTok is climbing because it is a video platform and video converts 300 times faster. Hello. Now, another reason why you need to understand that your clients or your potential clients on Pinterest are worth it for you is because 40% of pinners on Pinterest, the people that use Pinterest intelligently, have an income of over 100K. And that's major, especially with this economy, especially with the last couple of years of what we've gone through across the world with the shutdown happening a little over 2 years ago with people losing their jobs. People are reinventing themselves and jobs are being reinvented along the way. The Pinterest, the basic 40% of all pinners have over 100K. That's what they make. They are making buying decisions when they go onto the platform. So don't think that you have to play it small when you're on Pinterest. Leverage your top selling items, but leverage your high ticket items as well. Because a person that makes over 100K is making a very intelligent, informed buying decision with the money that they have, but they also don't mind spending money for the things that are going to eliminate and solve problems for them. So don't play it small on Pinterest. Some of the clients that I start working with, they play it super small because they see super small items being sold on Pinterest. Go ahead and leverage your high ticket items on the platform. People are looking for that. They're looking for that. The way you close the deal, the way you seal the deal on Pinterest is through leveraging the content that I work with you on inside of the Problem Slayer Academy and also inside the Pinterest Your Brand Bootcamp. So you want to make sure that you are leveraging your products in a really specific and strategic way that's going to capture the attention of a client that makes over 100K. They have the monies for you. They have the monies for your products. They have the monies for your services. Do not think for them. I need y'all to stay out of people's pocketbooks. Jermaine, Julie, Chantel, is there anything that I've said today that has resonated with you? You can type it inside of the chat or you can come up on stage. Let me know, because I need y'all to stop thinking for other people and I need you to stay focused on the products and services that you deliver and stop pricing yourself down, but start pricing yourself up right to be able to compensate you for the things that you're doing and the energy that it takes for you to create these products and services. So let me go into the listening lounge really, really clear. Let me make sure. Chantel has a plant store. I'm gonna need more information about this plant store, like live plants, real plants, artificial plants. Do you teach people how to keep the plants alive? Because I can kill a plant. Like, I need more information about that. Yeah, because remember, if you're in this live chat, either on YouTube or on the Clubhouse room, I need you to understand that this is on replay. Other people are going to see these chats. So don't be vague in how you sell yourself. Every time you show up, you're selling yourself. So don't simply say, I have a plant store. What do you do in a plant store? Do you sell plants? Do you have workshops? Okay. Do you deliver the plants? Okay. Do you grow specialty plants? Do you have exotic plants that we can't find anywhere else, but they have to come to you? I need more information. What makes your plant store different, and what's going to drive me or anyone else to be able to come to you? Yeah. Yes, Jermaine. Jermaine said yes. What I said resonates on what she needs in offering on Pinterest as a service. Let's talk about service-based products for a minute, because sometimes when you go on Pinterest, the product-based products, they kind of overwhelm you and inundate your feed, but you only see what you ask for inside of your feed. Do not think that Pinterest is only for product-based services. And they really do want service based industries to show up there. They really want to help you to be able to show up. So if you are a service based entrepreneur, I need you to think about the three things that I help you work with: imaging, video, SEO. How are you showing up? Are you talking intelligently to the person that makes over 100K? A person that makes over 100K usually has a job that allows them to do a little bit more research. They need to get a little bit more information. They need to have a little bit more fact finding in order to be able to make the buying decisions. It doesn't take them long to make buying decisions. People who don't have money, it takes them long to make buying moves, but not decisions. Everyone knows who they're going to buy with if they show up in a really loud and proud way. So a person who makes over 100K will pull the trigger and pull out the credit card a lot quicker, but they already know who they're going to spend their money with. They already know that. Like, I was out the other night and we were actually, I'm here in Puerto Rico, and we were out just, bar hopping a little bit, enjoying Puerto Rico. And I'm here with a friend who literally pulled out his credit card in the middle of the bar and just bought like three things. just because it doesn't take a lot of time when you show up the perfect way for people to make a buying decision. People have the money to buy the things that are important to them. It's up to you to show up in a way that makes your products and services absolutely irresistibly important for them to make the purchase. Now, a person who doesn't make 100K, they still already know who they're going to spend their money with. They just need time to get their money together. But trust and believe, if I need time to get my money together, I'm still not searching. I already know when I get my money together what I'm going to buy, what I'm going to invest in. People know instantly what they're going to invest in. It is up to you to show up to help them make that decision quicker because you are talking to an intelligent audience. All right, so let me go. Also, a person that makes over 100K, I already touched on this, they're doing the research. They're looking at the details. They're reading what you're writing in the copy. They're reading what things are made of. They're reading on your why as a service-based entrepreneur, you are in this business, why you felt compelled to do this, what makes you the expert. You always want to go back to the what, the why, the how, the when, because people want to know all those things. It helps them to resonate and connect with you emotionally. So if you're already on Pinterest, you may be showing up, but you may need to go back and kind of rejudge some of the details in your captions, maybe some of the details in your titles, right? Now, this is huge. The other type of client that lives on Pinterest is used to buying products on Pinterest. They're used to buying products on Pinterest. And the reason why they're used to buying products on Pinterest is because Pinterest shows up. It gives you a link automatically. You can click through and you're there to get more information. 87% of all pinners on Pinterest has purchased a product. That means that if we have 100 people in the room, only 13 in the room have not used Pinterest. The other 87 have. That's huge. That's huge. Pinterest is where people go to make a buying decision. Now, this is the piece I need y'all to understand. It doesn't matter where else you show up. Pinterest is where people go to make buying decisions. They're doing comparison shopping. They're looking at your product and your competitor side by side. They may have you both saved into their boards, but there's something about your product that's going to resonate with them and pull you up out of the ashes. Because 87% of those pinners that use Pinterest are not afraid to pull out their credit card and make that thing go bling and make that stripe go ching. They are proven purchasers and buyers. You want to show up powerfully in front of a network of potential buyers who are not fearful of using their credit cards to make purchases. So those are the types of clients that live on Pinterest. They're fearless. They love whipping out their credit card, baby, because again, they know instantly if it's something that they want that's going to eliminate a problem or solve a question that they have. Anything that's going to make their life easier and more efficient, they're all in it because they make over 100K. So let's talk about it, right? 93% of pinners on Pinterest use Pinterest to plan their decisions. We already talked about it. So if they're making intelligent buying decisions and they're planning, they're strategizing which one, you or your competitor, to purchase, what's going to make you stand out from your competitor? Even if you're a service-based industry. So the Ebony Biz Diva, I have an account on Pinterest. I'm also Black Girls Do Pilates too. I have a separate account on Pinterest. What makes anyone decide to purchase a Pilates class from me versus the thousands, I would even dare to say millions of Pilates instructors in the world that show up on Pinterest? That's the thing that I have to ask myself in order to stand out in the marketing. That's the thing you need to ask yourself in order to stand out in your marketing. That's the thing that I teach inside of the Pinterest Your Brand Bootcamp. Yeah. 93% are planning purchases. planning purchases. Let me go into the chat really, really quickly. Okay, Chantel is not playing today. She sells live plants. She posted this inside the chat and she posted her website. I'm here for it, Queen. You better show up so people can follow you. And she offers plant related apparel and gifts. I love it. She's a brick and mortar location, but she also has an online presence and it includes a coffee shop. So maybe I just want to go in there with my laptop one day and just work and just be around the plants and the ambiance. And I get comfortable enough and come out with a plant to place in my house. I love it. Thank you, Chantel, for sharing. Chantel also is a shopper on Pinterest. Um, and you feel like it's kind of by choice. I don't necessarily search for things to buy, but I've always end up shopping. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about you always shopping and you feel like it's by your choice, right? So listen, Pinterest is a search engine, right? And the way that it works is you go onto Pinterest, you start typing in some things that you're interested in, then all of a sudden you get related items that pop up on your feed on Pinterest. So is it by choice? Yeah, because you won't see things you didn't search for. However, you will see things that are similar to and aligned with what you search for. And because you see it over and over again in your feed, you start to get more information and more education about the thing that you're searching for, which ultimately helps you to decide, I need to get this thing. So it's part of marketing. It's the way the platform is built, and it is designed to help you make an informed buying decision. But Pinterest kind of nudges you along the way, Chantel. So you kind of think that it's by choice because you didn't go there to make a purchase, right? You just went there to look up a thing and you started finding more like things and more like things. And you started clicking on things and researching things and reading things and learning more about the things. And then you said, you know what? Let me just buy the thing. Okay. So that's how Pinterest works. And for those of you that are already inside of the Pinterest Your Brand Bootcamp that are listening, I need you to understand the psychology of that. Because if you only show up one time on a news feed that is constantly showing up your competitors may outshine you because they have multiple items that are showing up. They have multiple marketing content that's showing up. And what happens when you see the same brand over and over again? You start to connect with them, right? I don't know if y'all can hear this, but I guess they are mowing grass every time I go live, right? Every time I go live. So even though it feels like you may be doing this by choice, Chantel, it really isn't by choice. It's part of how marketing works in the world, and it's part of that marketing strategy. Yeah. So I'm so glad that you brought that up. So I'm almost wrapping this up because I wanted to talk to you about the psychology of the person that shows up on Pinterest for you. I want you to see that person. I want you to understand that person. Hey, Miss Rhonda, thank you for coming inside of the listening lounge. Make sure you click on that chat and tell us who you are and what your products and services are, because this is on replay. So people will be seeing this and people will be looking at this over and over again. It's part of my Pinterest Your Brand series that I do every week. So others will be showing this. So I want everybody who comes into the listening lounge inside of the Pinterest room to show up proudly and tell us who you are. Then you can hit the hand raising button and come up on stage with me because I like company, honey. But if you're feeling like you just want to chat it out inside of the chat, you can do that as well. Now, I'm going to do a replay really quickly. Um, a reset really quickly. And I want to make sure that I am covering everything since Rhonda just came in. So the type of person that you are talking to on Pinterest is super different than anybody else. People are going on the app to make informed buying decisions. They're doing that. 93% of pinners are planning their next purchase. That's important. So because they're planning their purchase, you've got to show up in a way that educates them. That means if we have 100 people in the room, only 7 of them ain't even thinking about Pinterest and planning a purchase. The other 93 are. So if they're planning a purchase, you absolutely have to show up in a way that helps them to understand why it should be you, the benefits of your products and services, what questions your products and services answer, right? What issues your products and services eliminates. How do you make their lives better? That's all a client cares about. That's the type of content that you should be showing up with inside of Pinterest, right? Now, 87% of Pinners have made a purchase on Pinterest. So now we're getting down a little bit, right? We got 100 people in a room, and we're going to take 7 off to the side because the 93, they making planning purchases, right? But now we've got 87 of those that are making, they actually are purchasing products and services. So what is that, like 6? So now we're going to move 6 people over to the side with those 7. Okay, so now with 13 people that ain't really moving and shaking on Pinterest. Okay, they playing. But 87 of those 100 have already made purchasing decisions. They're not scared to swipe out their credit card. And that's because 40% of the pinners on Pinterest have a household income of over 100K. They have disposable income. Stop thinking for your clients. Stop pricing yourself in a way that doesn't pay you what you deserve for your products and your services. Right? The platform of Pinterest helps you because it drives traffic more than other platforms, 3.8% more than other platforms. That means that if somebody is on Google and looking up something, guess what? Your Pinterest pins are going to pop up through the Google search because Google is a search engine. Pinterest is a search engine. Search engines like search engines. Google's a carnivore. It snatches content from Pinterest. So you've got to understand the importance of the type of client, the way they think, the way they research, the way they plan, what drives them to actually make a purchase, and how you market. Use all of this information in how you show up. And then lastly, 1 in 4 people in the US have a Pinterest account. Period. Period. So that's huge. That's super huge. So those are the types of clients, very smart, savvy clients that are showing up on Pinterest, right? Are you showing up in a way that's super smart and savvy? I need to know. I need to know. Ask yourself that question internally because it's July, right? We've got 5 more months in the year to be able to end in a really powerful way. All that means is that we just need to shift the programming of how you're showing up. You may need a blueprint of how to do that. That's what the Pinterest Your Brand Bootcamp is for. It is an evergreen course. As soon as you sign up for it, the link is above my head. You will be able to gain access into our private Pinterest Your Brand All Access community. It's a members only community. Everyone in there made the same investment that you made. They decided that they're going to leverage Pinterest to be able to market. This is important, especially because Black Friday is here. Okay. Next month, I will be adding people into my Black Friday intensive, where for the next 3 months, we will be working weekly on elevating our platforms for Black Friday. It's an amazing platform. I'm super excited about this course. All of the previous sessions from last year's training are inside of the Black Friday intensive waiting for you. I'm going to reteach each week live, but you don't have to wait for me. You can go in and get the replays today. Not only that, you'll get all of the live sessions from September through November the 17th, I think. Also, in addition to that, you're going to get a special bonus course which is the System Summer School. And the System Summer School I created because it was needed to have something separate to help you get the foundation of the systems you're using, so that inside of the Black Friday Intensive, we only work with the strategy of creating what it is that's going to really help you to generate the revenue that you need during the biggest holiday season in the world. So if you're interested in that, definitely let me know in the comments, and you can slide into my messages and I'll definitely answer your question. I haven't even launched it yet. I'm working behind the scenes, but I'm telling y'all what's coming down the pike. So definitely get inside the Pinterest Your Brand Bootcamp now so that you can leverage Pinterest to be able to show. Now, I told you that the type of client that resonates and shows up on Pinterest, they plan purchases, right? Part of that is because most people who purchase for the holidays are done with their shopping by September the 20th. I'm going to say that one more time. Most people are done with holiday shopping by September the 20th. Now, that's statistically how it normally works. We've got a different season going on inside of this pandemic. People are out and enjoying their lives. I'm broadcasting live in Puerto Rico. People are moving more and traveling more. So we're stepping outside of our normal day-to-day schedule. Even our normal travel schedule has been interrupted because people just want to live a little bit more. They want to live a lot more. So you may have more time, but I also teach you about the strategy of shipping. I also teach you about the strategy of how to create bundles and how to cross-sell, upsell, how to leverage bumps and bundles. It's a whole thing that happens with Black Friday. It's not the typical way that you normally would sell. And sometimes we create things for Black Friday. So this gives us the time to be able to create really, really in a smart way, a really great Black Friday special that we can focus on selling out of to generate the revenue that you need. We even dive into week one, how to decide what the dollar amount that you want to sell is before you start selling. Because most of you don't know. You just want to sell a lot, but you didn't dare put a dollar amount on it to even know how much it's going to cost you to be able to generate that, and the number of sales you may need in order to obtain it. So I'm going deep inside of the Black Friday Intensive because it's important for us to be able to have strategy first so that we can implement and achieve the goals. Listen, I'm done. The type of clients on Pinterest that you attract for your business, they're smart. They make over 100K. All right. They're utilizing Pinterest to make informed comparison shopping decisions. Get out of their pockets. Charge what you want to charge, right? Okay. That's it. And that's all. I'm your girl, Paula Marie, aka the Ebony Biz Diva. And I hope I helped some of you today. I hope I did. All right. If you got anything at all, type it in the chat. Let me know. And then let me know what the aha moment was, right? Was it that people make over 100K? Was it that you didn't know so many people use Pinterest? Tell me what the aha moment was for this particular session today. Let me know. All righty. Talk to you later. Peace.